You meet someone and this person becomes everything to you in a matter of time. You can't resist the butterflies that come dancing in your stomach when you talk to them, and you can't explain the reason for your wide smile whenever you are around them. You begin to imagine the future with them and begin to involve them in your plans until everything goes down the drain. And you guys are back to being strangers. Sad, right? The truth is, it is difficult to move on like you never had feelings. While this is as easy as ABC to some people, it is difficult for some others, especially if they had genuine feelings for this person. Moving on takes time. It is not as easy as it sounds, especially if you are finding it difficult to let go of this person. It could take weeks, months, and in some cases years to move on from your ex. Moving on does not mean having a rebound to distract yourself from the pain you feel due to your previous relationship. Moving on basically means going on with your life and not hanging on to your past relationship. Moving on takes time, but you can do it faster than others. In no particular order, you should abide by the following steps if you want to move on from your ex quickly. To move on from your ex quickly, you should allow yourself to feel the pain and let go of your feelings. Open yourself fully to whatever emotion you are feeling. Acknowledge the pain and cry if need be. Holding back or bottling your emotions will only make it worse. If you put a lid on a boiling pot, the contents will rise to the top and spill over. This applies to human beings. If you're pushing down your emotions or bottling them up, one day you will explode or let out your feelings angrily, which you might eventually regret later. The first step in the healing process is to acknowledge and accept your feelings. The second step is talking to somebody. It could be a therapist or a trusted friend. As the old saying goes, a problem shared is a problem solved. Talking to someone about your feelings could lead to emotional relief. Keeping things to yourself is not the best because it can lead to depression. Letting go of all your worries and just talking to a trusted person will make you feel better. Most times the person would have experienced the same thing, so he or she will be able to relate, and this would make you feel better. The third step is engaging in extracurricular activities. You should try as much as possible not to be alone. This would only make you think about your ex more often than you should, which will definitely make you sad. Try and do things you love. Go out with friends, meet new people, hit the gym. Take a stroll in a serene environment to clear your head. Learn a new sport. Try not to be idle so that there would be no room for you to think about this person. It is impossible to stop thinking about exes, but when you are engaged or busy with something, you might have less time to think about him or her. The fourth step is to forgive the person. You have to make a decision to forgive this person no matter what. According to Ephesians 4 verse 32, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. If God forgives you anytime you sin, then who are you to not forgive someone? No matter how much pain the person caused you, just forgive the person and learn from it. Forgiving your ex is a huge step you should take if you want to be able to heal. Even if you move on without forgiving this person, you become bitter towards this person and it turns to hatred. 1 John 2 verse 9. Whoever says he is in the light and hates his brother is still in darkness. You should replace your anger and hatred with gratitude, no matter what happened. Nobody is perfect and everybody makes mistakes. Hating your ex and talking bad about him or her every time only shows that the person still has a hold over you. Replace this negative energy with a positive one and learn from this experience you've had. When you do not forgive others, it brings bondage to your soul. When we experience Christ's forgiveness, we receive peace, and to retain this peace, we must forgive others. Remember that forgiving others means forgiving yourself. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Lewis Smedes. The next step is for you to talk to God. God has the answer and solution to everything. You should talk to God in all endeavours of your life, even after a breakup. First of all, you need the grace of God to forgive this person, and you also need His grace to heal. The truth is, you cannot do this on your own. No matter how hard you try to do it on your own, without God, you will always struggle. Knowing God and involving God in everything you do just brings peace to you. Forgiving someone who hurt you is not easy, and that is why you need the grace of God to do it. 1 Peter 5 verse 10. And after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to His eternal glory in Christ, will Himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. The next step is recognizing that there is someone out there for you. You just haven't realized it or met that person yet. Just because you are single now doesn't mean you'll be single forever. A popular saying goes, there is a man for every woman and a woman for every man. It may be difficult for you to accept this because you probably thought your ex was the perfect one for you. When you are going through a painful breakup, it is hard to imagine that you will ever find someone else. But relationships end for good reasons, and maybe you two weren't just right for each other. Everything happens for a reason, and God knows best. Most importantly, we should have it on the back of our minds that we do not have to be in a relationship to feel complete. We are complete by God and ourselves, and relationships shouldn't be there to complete you. The final step is finding yourself again. Who were you before you met this person? What were the things you loved doing before you got into this relationship? When you get into a relationship, it becomes we and not I, because you would have to involve this person in almost all your plans. It is not uncommon to lose yourself when you are in a relationship. This is why you need some time to think about who you were and where you want to be in the future. Make time for yourself and think of ways you can grow yourself physically, spiritually, and mentally, rather than being stuck in a particular spot.